Today, it's all about you. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Emma Cownley. I'm a freelance copywriter and blogger, and today we're going to be tackling the intricate and highly personal issue of personal branding. I'm going to be going into detail about what personal branding is, what the value is behind it, how you can figure out what your personal brand is and how to use it to really find a corner of the market that's really your own. Before I get down on into it, I'd like to remind you to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to this channel, because when you click that little button, it makes a huge difference to me and the success of my channel. Even if you think, I might never come back, what's the harm in liking this video anyway? What is the value of having a strong personal brand when you are a freelancer? Good question. Your personal brand is one of your most valuable assets when you're freelance. It is going to set you apart from every other individual operating within your industry and within your niche. It shows everybody what you're about, what you're like to work for, and the kind of attitude and style that you're going to bring to the job. It tells people who you are, and ultimately people want to work with other individuals that fit with their values, their beliefs, their aesthetic, their style. They want to, it's tribalism, isn't it? You want to work with people who best represent you, or who you think best represent your brand, or who you think, this product is like this. I'm really looking for somebody that really resonates with that. This person looks and sounds exactly like what I need. I'm going to hire them. It's your identifier. For example, I made the, some may say, controversial decision to take a headshot of myself for my homepage wearing a Trivium band t-shirt. Yes, I probably should have tried to look more professional and maybe wear like a cute shirt or something, I don't know. But I decided, no. This is who I am. This is what I look like. It's a fucking t-shirt, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna wear it because it's, you know, metal is part of my brand. It's a, you know, it's got orange, which is a brand colour of mine. It's a fun graphic design, and it kind of plays into that whole badass aesthetic I've got going on. I'm gonna wear my fucking t-shirt. Kid you not, since I put that site live last July, I've been hired 3 times based on that t-shirt alone. People have hit the site, seen that picture, clocked that t-shirt, made an actual mention to me in our initial emails chatting to one another about potentially working together. They've mentioned that t-shirt. I've also managed to score some journalism commissions based on my out of office. Now, whenever I go away, obviously I'm setting an out of office on my Gmail, because as per my video on taking freelance holidays, you don't want to be checking your emails and replying to people. I like to personalise my out of office every time I'm away, just to let people know, oh, this is where I am, by the way, like I'm not in the office, I'm over here doing this. You know, so people feel like they know me, it's a little bit personal, it's a little bit fun, it's a nice talking point. So I happened to be at a horror film festival one bank holiday weekend, put it in my out of office, hey guys, sorry, I'm at this fucking film festival, scaring the shit out of myself, lol, be back in 2 days, peace out. Somebody was like, you know about horror? I need some articles on horror. Will you please write something for me? And I was like,
yes, I fucking will.
So there you go. You can get hired based on a t-shirt and an out of office. And that's the power of personal brand. How do you find out what your personal brand is? Because let me tell you, it is a lot more complex than just choosing a palette of colours that you really like and a font that you like and saying,
this is my brand.
That, of course, is a part of visual branding for sure, but the choices need to be intentional and they need to reflect a hell of a lot more than just your favourite colour today. So, how do you find out what your personal brand is? I've been doing a lot of work on this myself recently, because I think it's something that you do need to revisit as you grow through your freelance career. Your priorities change, your approach to work changes, the way you feel about clients and working relationships changes, and this all needs to be reflected in your personal brand. So What I would suggest is that you start by writing a list of your core beliefs and values as a freelancer. How do you work every single time? What do you believe in? Do you always believe that data is king and should dictate all that you do in writing? Do you believe in the human approach, that you just like to get to know people and chat with them before you start a copy job? Whatever your approaches to professional relationships and copywriting are, you need to write that shit down, make a nice list. For example, what's on mine? I don't want to reveal everything to you, but I just will reveal this. So I believe people aren't stupid, for example. That's one of my main beliefs when I'm writing copy. I'm not going to fucking spell everything out for them, because as a consumer, when I watch advertising, nothing makes me more outraged than a brand that thinks I'm a fucking moron. So customers aren't stupid. No jargon, no bullshit. So these are just things I believe about my approach to work, my values, my core values, and that's going to make up part of what my brand is. Also, how do I sound as a person? Because ultimately, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier if you base your brand on your personality and on yourself. Because obviously, for branding to be effective, it has to be consistent, and you have to have the same branding and the same sound and the same approach across everything all the time, because it's a trust cue. If you start to change your brand tone of voice, people are not going to be able to recognize it on the fly, because it's so inconsistent when you're using it and when you're not. It needs to be so much all the time, so recognizable that someone can see something and immediately think of you. So basic close to your personality, what you like as a person. List out some personality traits. This is what I'm like as a person and as a professional. I am kind, I am thoughtful, I am focused on the detail, all that sort of stuff. Make a personality, make a list of values. This is going to make up the foundation of what your personal brand is. So now we can begin to move into the more visual side of the branding. So if you said you're kind and thoughtful as a copywriter, and you really focused on the human touch, like I want to be human and nice and really empathetic, what are the colours and fonts that really have that feel to them? You're trying to create the feel of it in an aesthetic. So when people hit your site, they're like, oh, kindness, green. Green? Is green kind?
Approximately 10 hours later.
Yellow? Yellow feels kind, doesn't it? Yellow? I'm spending too much time on this. Basically, you're creating that aesthetic. You want a picture of yourself, so when people hit the site, they see you, they know who they're going to be working with, they've got a face for a name. You know, try to make sure that when you're dressing in a way that, again, reinforces everything that you want people to feel and think about you and your brand. Obviously, this is a huge, long, massive process. It's easy to start with jotting down your values and your kind of tone of voice and stuff, but after that, everything else is a cultivation. It takes a bit of time to get everything just right, and you should always be, as I said, readdressing it, tweaking it, getting everything just right over time as you change. How are you going to put your personal brand to work? Well, as we just mentioned, your freelance copywriting website has to look and sound like you, because that's ultimately the one main tool that is going to sell you as a professional and as a person. So as I said, make sure that when you're designing your website, however you choose to do that, and you're writing the copy, you're thinking, right, does this sound empathetic? Does this sound detail oriented? How have I written it? Is it kind of boff, 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 boff? I'm very neat, I'm very concise, I'm very on the nose. Does it sound lovey and friendly and kind? You know, do I look kind and caring in the picture? Do I look fucking HR finance profesh in the picture? Do I look like myself? Do I sound like myself? And if you're not sure, fucking sense check it with someone that you know. Preferably a colleague, because they know you in a professional forum. And just say, hey mate, can you look over this website? Does this look and sound like me? Like, what do you think I would say? Also, your blog posts that you put on your freelance writing website, they need to look and sound exactly like you. Take mine for example, it's basically a fucking joke over there, really. There is obviously a valuable message inside everything, hopefully, that I write, but at the same time, I'm not going to come at it like Sarah who works in finance or Anthony who works in tech. I'm going to come at it like Emma who works in lifestyle. I'm going to fucking pop off over there and be talking about resurrection rituals and Freddy Krueger and Frankenstein and, you know, things like that. Tattoos. I take what I need to say and I say it my way. Social media. Another hugely important tool, which is an excellent platform for your personal brand. Get on your LinkedIn, get on your Facebook, get on your Twitter, make sure you're revamping that shit. Make sure the imagery is consistent, the colours are consistent, the tone is consistent, the way that you're promoting yourself and talking is all consistent. You check it off against your brand tone of voice and guideline. Is this jargon free? Has this got a human approach? Are these words I would use? You know, always making sure. Never be tempted to slip back into that generic, professional, academic white paper speak because you think that's how professionals talk. There's also room for play in things like your briefing document. You know, as we've learned as copywriters, brand should touch every aspect of your writing. So, for example, you're out of office, or your briefing document where you're like,
Tell me about you. Who are we talking to?
you know, rather than target customer, who are we talking to, etc. You know, how are you going to say that in your way? How would you say it? It has to come across in everything. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. It felt really helpful when I was writing the notes and when I had the idea, but now as I sit here filming it, I'm thinking, what? I just think I've had a hell of a lot of fun with my personal brand, fleshing it out, exhibiting it, you know, just finding new and fun ways to be creative with my brand. It's given me so much joy as a business, and it's one of the most fun things about being a freelancer is having full creative control over how you market yourself, how you're perceived, and just what you want to do with the aesthetic and the sound and the feel of your own brand. It's part of the fun of it, so I just wanted to share that joy. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, again, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also leave me a comment below. Ask me some questions, let's have some banter. You can also find me on Twitter at EJCownley and I'll happily chat with you there. And until then, I guess I'll see you back here, same time, same place in 2 weeks for more Kiss My A's. Unless I've ruined my video schedule and this is the last video before Christmas, in which case I'll see you in January. If this video has come out in January, my video schedule is on track and I'm very pleased with myself. Take care, peace out.